body and works very well. Do you ever feel when you are running that your joints are moving in a very strange way? It's because you have 206 bones that support your body when you have activities, and they are divided as perpendicular. Jesus, they are so great.
They are so great.
School case are axial, and the arms and legs are perpendicular. Cause baby, you have skeletal system. It protects your body, stores minerals, and also water formation on. Baby, you have skeletal system. It protects your body, stores minerals, and also water formation on. And the bones are solid living cells, and the rotation first by calcium cells. Nerve blood cells are running in your bones. Advancing cannot work, and watching this process. And that's your happy shoes, call it bone marrow. And they are red and yellow, yeah, they are so beautiful. The red blood cells and form blood cells. They root your body
In a very quick movement.
Your bones are made of glass that replace your cartilage. Cause baby, you have skeletal system. It protects your body, stores minerals, and also water formation on. Cause baby, you have skeletal system. It protects your body, stores minerals, and also water formation on. Oh no, I forget the bone in your joints. They are immovable slightly and free. Immobile, just they can move slightly from the small movements. Feeling moving free into more directions, ons. The joints has connecting tissue, got ligaments, and attaching them and lens.
The skeletal structure is composed by 206 bones in an adult person. We have two types of skeleton system, the axial and appendicular. The axial is composed by skull, the vertebral column, and the ribcage. On the other hand, the appendicular is composed by the arms and legs, the bones, and the shoulder area. The skeletal system has important functions in our body, so we need to know what are these functions because it's important to know how is composed our body. So these are the principal functions of the skeletal system. Support your body. It's like example, for example, a wooden house. The wall supports the house, yeah. So it protects the body for internal organs, for example, like the skull that protects the brain. Assist movement, and the last function is that stores minerals. For example, the bones serves like contains that store calcium and many other minerals.
The structure of the bones. The bones are living tissue. Bones are a solid network of living cells and protein fibers that are surrounded by deposits of calcium salts. The bone is surrounded by a tall layer of connective tissue called periosteum. Nerves and blood vessels run throughout compact bone in channels called Carbasian canals. A spongy bone is found under the outer layer of a compact bone. This spongy bone is found in the ends of the long bones, such as the femur. This bone is not softy or spongy. It is actually quite strong. It is organized into structures that resemble the supporting girders in a bridge. This adds strength, but without adding excess of mass. There are cavities that contain a soft tissue called bone marrow. They are red and yellow. The yellow marrow consists in primary of cells that store fats, and the red ones contain stem cells that produce most type of blood cells.
The skeleton of human body is almost completely composed by a connective tissue called cartilage. Cartilage-producing cells are scattered in a network of protein fibers, collagen, and flexible elastin. During ossification, the process of bone formation that starts about 7 months before birth, cartilage is replaced. Bone tissue forms a cells called osteoblasts, secret mineral deposits that replace cartilage. When bone tissue is completely developed, more of the osteoblasts mature into osteocytes. Osteocytes help to maintain the minerals in the bone tissue and continue with the strength growing of bones. Gradually, cartilage is replaced by bone tissue and bones keep growing. Bones are remodeled throughout life by a small number of osteoblasts and osteoclasts, cells that break down the minerals. These functions are important because they are continually remodeling bones enable them to get stronger.
In the skeletal system, we have a place where one or more bones are connected and it meets each other, and that is called a joint. It contains connective tissues to maintain it whole together. Joints permit bones to move without damaging each other, and we have three types of joints that are divided or classified according to the type of movement that each one has. The first one is the immovable. It is also called a fixed joint, and it cannot move and doesn't permit any movement. The sliding movement just permits small amount of movements. And one example is the like with the vertebra is when you are moving, you just move a little small part, and one of the characteristics is that it's separated or just for each to other. And the last one is the freely one, that it can move in two or more direction. It could be move it as you want.
In freely movable joints, cartilage covers the surface where two bones come together. This protects your bones from damage as they move against each other. The outer layer forms strips of two connective tissue called ligaments. The inner layer of joint capsule is called synovial cavity that contains cells that produce synovial fluid. We can have some injuries on our joints. A common injury is the damage to the another cruciate ligament. Can be caused by the rapid pivoting when you are playing sports.